All right, friends, you only have 2 more chances to see Mrs. Doubtfire, the hit musical, at Hammons Hall, and we are thrilled to be joined by one of the cast members, Colin Salvatore, who plays Stuart Dunmire, dear.
Yes.
In the production, we have to. We're big fans of
course, of course.
You love it. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Of course, you're very welcome.
How did opening night go last night?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Great audience reception. Great opening. It's so much of, especially comedy, is predicated on what your audience gives back to you. Like our director Jerry Zaks is very multiple Tony winner Jerry Zaks is very insistent on the principle of passing the ball, of passing the energy. And when the audience really gives back to us what we're not only giving to each other, but giving to the audience, it just really elevates the whole thing for both the audience and the performers. Like, we get excited that the audience is enjoying it, and then the audience gets a better performance because we're having more fun. And it's comedy, so if you're having fun, it translates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was great. It was a great time. And yeah, we're here through Sunday. And honestly, it's beautiful theater, beautiful campus, so much space, and yeah, the reception's just been awesome.
Good. Okay, so for our viewers that might not be as familiar as we are with Mrs. Doubtfire, Stuart Dunmire is the bad guy, but he's a really good guy for Miranda Hillard. But Daniel Hillard / Mrs. Doubtfire sees you as the threat to his family.
Correct.
So where did you draw your inspo to be maybe a little villainish, if you will?
What we talked about a lot in rehearsals was Stuart, whilst he is the other man, like you said, he's not a bad man. He is just literally a construct of all of the antithesis of what Daniel is. So like, he's fiscally responsible, he's fit, he's good looking, he's, you know, as Gaston-y as you can get in that respect, but without the chauvinism of it all. He's a good guy who is just not Mrs. Doubtfire, and you have such a tie, especially to Robin Williams' performance and the character that's been created, and everybody loves the funny, endearing dad, but when you see it from the mother's perspective, she's seeking security and responsibility and something where she can feel safe. And Stuart represents that more than Daniel. Whilst Daniel might be more fun, she really wants the security and safety that Stuart can bring to that situation. You know what I mean?
Well, if somebody loves the movie, like Maddie does, and I do too, how does the musical differ, besides the musical numbers? Is there anything different about the musical that differs from the movie? So
I would say all of the core cast members are, the principal cast is all maintained, and all of the moments that you would expect to see in the movie, like the hello, the pie in the face, the help is on the way, all of the classic quintessential moments are still maintained in the musical. The pots on the chest, the smoke on the lemon. It's all it's been maintained and honestly elevated by the moments and the magic that adding live music to a story can bring. Because it just, like, music is the sound of emotions. That's how I like to think of it as. So when you get to these really fun moments where it's like a zany music moment, or like it's truly heartfelt, I think it just really bridges the gap to a live theater audience and really shows them exactly what kind of emotions everybody's going through in the story of this, growth and acceptance of how families can evolve but still maintain their integrity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about it a little bit before we got on camera, but your background from where you started to theater now. So let's dive into your theater background, but also where you were before theater.
Sure. So I, as many young actors, started in high school. I was in a metal band, and I was like, I don't know how to be on stage, so I might as well do a play. They'll teach me, right? So they were doing Chicago at the time. I auditioned and got cast, and it was like 2 weeks into rehearsals, and I was like, wait, people do this as a job their entire lives? That shouldn't be allowed. That's crazy. This is way too fun. And I did a few plays, finished high school, went to college, went to the real world, got a real world job. Where I was a firefighter EMT, and I worked in an emergency room and trauma center for about 8 years. And I was following a nurse one day, and I noticed she had a script in her pocket. And the publishing scripts for rehearsal, a lot of the times, especially for plays, they all look very similar, so they're easily recognizable. So I was like, "Hey, what's that?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm like an amateur actress. I was doing a show at a local theater. They're doing auditions for a play. Would you be interested?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally. I would love to get involved again." And auditioned, got cast, and it was a long road from amateur theater to semi-professional to professional to regional to a national tour, but it was a direct pipeline from that moment to here.
Wow.
And juggling working at, the emergency room whilst doing like regional professional theater. It was like 6 months of 7-day work weeks, but boy, was it worth it.
Yeah.
Boy, was it worth it.
It
Yeah.
sounds like it. And by the way, 2 more nights. Josh, are tickets still available? Go to Hammons Hall website. Tonight and tomorrow night, Hammons Hall, Mrs. Doubtfire the musical. Maddie's going tomorrow night. And with Charlie saw it last night, and Angela.
I'm so excited. You have
great.
no idea.
So great to meet you. Best of luck to you, my
Thank
friend.
you.
It's
Thank
great
you
to
very
meet
much,
you.
and you guys as well.
Thank you. I'll see you Thursday.
Yeah,
But you'll be Stuart Dunmire. All right, coming up, we're going to get details on the 9th Annual Outdoorsman Expo. Don't go anywhere.